Noxiddar!
Let's do this. Hello everyone, how's it going? Noxiddar here. Welcome to this Let's Play of Morrowind. The year is 2021. Morrowind fundamentally changed the way that I looked at video games. Here was a game that I could get lost in. Something I'd never really done before in a video game, because there was always that nagging essence that like, yeah, we could go outside and play. But why would you go outside and play outside when you can go outside in Morrowind and play outside? Yeah? I'd never experienced anything like that, where there was a world alive, living around me outside of the world that I knew. And so I couldn't think of any better title to fully encapsulate this than going back to those good old days, exploring a world for the first time. And that's why here in 2021, in order for my channel to go forward, we will be going back. I hope you enjoy this Let's Play of Morrowind.
They have taken you from the Imperial City's prison, first by carriage and now by boat. To the east, to Morrowind. Fear not, for I am watchful. You have been chosen.
Wake up. We're here. Why are you shaking? Are you okay? Wake up. Stand up. There you go. You were dreaming. What's your name?
My name is Playa. What's your name? So, I am going to be playing this game on the Xbox through the Xbox emulator. What's really interesting about this is I'd always wanted to own an Xbox, but I never did. And so, I actually own Morrowind through Steam on PC. The problem with that is that I would be too tempted to mod it, and I kind of want to recapture that sense of how I first discovered the game. So without any modding, I figured maybe just playing on the Xbox would be the best way to kind of experience it.
Well, not even last night's storm could wake you. I heard them say we reached Morrowind. I'm sure they'll let us go.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely sure. Okay, who's this?
Quiet. Here comes the guard.
Thank you for the prompt.
This is where you get off. Come with me.
The left thumbstick moves you around, and the right thumbstick looks around. I did not read that correctly. Alright, yeah, no problem. So we'll just
Better
what?
do what they say.
What? Hold. Oh no. Oh no. Hold on. The look on the thumbstick seems to be inverted. Is there any way that I can change that? Crosshairs on, shadows on. Okay, well, we could turn off shadows. That's always good. Autosave when rest. Always use best attack. Menu transparency. Menu help delay difficulty. Wait, hold. Oh. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad. Hold on. Invert y-axis. No. See, I actually didn't think there was an option to do that. I was really terrified. It's not how my head works. I don't look up to look down. Alright, I'm with you, guard. We're doing this. We're back onto it. Oh, this would have been a really interesting Let's Play if I would have kept it inverted. It's like, what are you doing, Bethesda, back in 2002? This isn't a flight simulator. Look at that walk.
Get yourself up on deck and let's keep this as civil as possible.
Stop making fun of the way I walk. I'm saddle sore. Look up at the hatch and press the A button to open it. A activates objects and people you are looking at. Oh, good. On to Satanin.
This is where they want you. Head down to the dock and I'll show you to the census office.
Oh, well, thank you. I love this armor.
You finally arrived, but our records don't show from where.
Oh, okay, so my friends, you know, of course, we've got to be a Nord, right? Let's see. I don't even... Oh, these are the old, like, button prompts for the old Xbox controller. I actually don't know what anything is. I'll start by pressing this button. It doesn't do anything. What about this one? That's our name. What? Okay, hold on. Why? Those are the only other two buttons I have. Okay, so... There you go.
Great. I'm sure you'll fit right in. Follow me up to the office and they'll finish your release.
Okay, so we have no way to customize our character. Or at least, I don't think so. But that's okay. I mean, the default look is pretty good. This seems like an odd way to escort someone to a door. Alright. On to the census office. This is so classic right here.
Ah, yes. We've been expecting you. You'll have to be recorded before you're officially released. There are a few ways we can do this, and the choice is yours.
Yes, I find myself doing all the time when I'm playing video games, probably like when I'm streaming. I don't know if I do it so much in Let's Plays, but if you ever hear me doing that and you're wondering where it comes from, it actually comes from this. Oh my goodness. Give him the info, pick from class lists, answer his questions. I think we'll just like randomly generate. That sounds pretty cool.
On a clear day, you chance upon a strange animal, its leg trapped in a hunter's claw snare. Judging from the bleeding, it will not survive long. What do you do?
I'm sorry. Anytime anyone ends a question with "What do you do?" I always think about Speed. Pop quiz. What do you do? Okay, so let me read this again as I was immediately distracted. We chance upon a strange animal, its legs trapped in a hunter's claw snare, and judging from the bleeding, it will not survive long. Do not interfere in the natural evolution of events. Well, it's already not a natural evolution of events, considering the fact that there is an animal trapped in a hunter's claw snare, but rather take the opportunity to learn more about the strange animal that you have never seen before. Yeah, the first, encounter I want to have with a strange creature is, how does it die? Then again, it is an RPG where I'm going to wander around a countryside with a sword looking for fights so that I can get experience, so... Actually, that's not really too far from the truth now that I say it out loud. Use herbs from your pack to put it to sleep. Alright, it's a bit sketch if I'm just walking around with herbs that I can put things to sleep with. Draw your dagger, mercifully ending its life with a single thrust. Boy, there are like no half measures. You either watch it die, you put it to sleep where it might be able to die in its sleep, or I draw my dagger and I kill it myself. Well, okay, so I think I'm going to do the merciful thing. I seem like a merciful guy. I don't take to cruelty to animals, and this is already not looking good for the fella.
One summer afternoon, your father gives you a choice of chores.
Well, thank you, fathers. What would you rather do? I would rather gather herbs for your mother who is preparing dinner, work in the forge with him casting iron for a new plow, or go catch fish at the stream using a net and line. I would definitely work in the forge any chance we get. I mean, I would be a blacksmith by trade.
Your cousin has given you a very embarrassing nickname, and even worse, likes to call you it in front of your friends.
Oh no.
You've asked him to stop, but he finds it very amusing to watch you blush. What do you do?
What do you do? Do you beat up your cousin and then tell him that if he ever calls you that nickname again, you will bloody him worse than this time? Do you make up an even more embarrassing nickname for him and use it constantly until he learns his lesson? Oh yeah, just meme him into the ground. There you go. Make up a story that makes your nickname a badge of honor instead of something humiliating. This is like the Tyrion Lannister response, isn't it? You know, like where you wear the name like a suit of armor and it'll never be used to hurt you. That's probably not even close to what the quote is, but that was definitely the gist of it. That's not bad. I do like Tyrion Lannister. He was a really good character. Probably one of the best. So, yeah, let's do that. Let's do how. You know, Fable does it. Your first, name that you get is Chicken Chaser, so yeah, why not? We'll make up a story that makes our nickname a badge of honor instead of something humiliating.
There is a lot of heated discussion at the local tavern over a group of people called telepaths. They've been hired by certain city-state kings. Rumor has it these telepaths read a person's mind and tell their lord whether a follower is telling the truth or not. You believe what?
I believe what? Do I believe loyal followers to the king have nothing to fear from a telepath? It is important to have a method of finding assassins and spies before it is too late. Now, let's try to think of this in the context of 2002. What would me in 2002 be thinking of when I'm thinking of a telepath being able to read my mind and the king being privy to that information because of a telepath? Well, the king might find out that I was friends with Tom on MySpace, and the king didn't actually make it into my top 8 friends list. While I'm being honest and loyal to the king, that might be seen as a slight against him, and social media at the time was very brand new, and it was very premier to be in the top 8 friends list. So, I probably, would be a little worried about what a king would think. It's important to have a method of finding assassins and spies before it's too late. Yeah. Well, maybe that's what they're thinking I would think that it was for, but you gotta remember, I was in high school at the time. This is a terrible practice. A person's thoughts are his own, and no one, not even a king, has the right to make such an invasion into another human's mind. Yeah. In these times, it is a necessary evil. Although you do not necessarily like the idea, a telepath could have certain advantages during a time of war, or in finding someone innocent of a crime. Now see, I like that. I like that pragmatic approach, where it's like, neither necessarily, whether it's right or wrong, good or evil. It's more about whether it's useful or not to have a productive society. And I probably, 34-year-old me is like, yeah, that's what I would use it for, but also realizing that there are people that wouldn't use it for the best means. But then, I don't know, it definitely seems like a human rights issue, which I can agree with X, that it's a terrible practice. And then I have to think on top of that, I'm a Nord. And it's like, that sense of agency and the glory and the personal saga of a person and the decisions that they make is pretty sacred. So yeah, I'm gonna have to say it's a terrible practice just on that alone.
Your mother sends you to the market with a list of goods to buy. After you finish, you find that by mistake a shopkeeper has given you too much money back in exchange for one of the items. What do you do?
Sorry, did it again. What do you do? Pop quiz. Do we decide to put the extra money to good use and purchase items that would help your family? Return to the store and give the shopkeeper his hard-earned money, explaining to him the mistake. Pocket the extra. We're obviously gonna give it back. I'm not a little sneak thief. Not out there stealing someone's sweet rolls. No, we'll give it back.
While in a marketplace, you witness a thief cut a purse from a noble. Even as he does so, the noble notices and calls for the city guards. In his haste to get away, the thief drops the purse near you. Surprisingly, no one seems to notice the bag of coins at your feet. What do you do?
How could nobody notice a bag of coins at my feet? Like, how big of a purse are we talking? We talking like a Chanel, Gucci, Louis Vuitton? I don't know. Leave the bag there, knowing that it is better not to get involved. I mean, there is a bag of coins at my feet. Let's see what the other options are first. Pick up the bag and signal to the guard, knowing that the only honorable thing to do is to return the money to its rightful owner. Pick up the bag and pocket it, knowing that the extra windfall will help your family in times of trouble. See, that seems like a rationalization in the moment to make the bad decision you're about to make seem like the right one. Well, my family seems to be struggling a lot at home, and if I suddenly just came into a windfall of 1,001 gold coins, I could do a lot of good for my family. So really, this in itself and the initial action could not be that bad. You see how stupid you sound when you think like that? I'd probably do that, to be honest. But this is a game, and we don't have to do what we would do in real life. So we will do the honorable thing, because honor above all else as a Nord.
Your father sends you on a task which you loathe, cleaning the stables. On the way there, pitchfork in hand, you run into your friend from the homestead near your own. He offers to do it for you, in return for a future favor of his choosing. What do you do?
No way. How far into the future is he gonna call on this? And is it going to be equal or greater to the task already at hand? Like, what if they're fighting like a civil war and, you have the high ground and you've been like kicking the crap out of this guy, and then all of a sudden he's like, Now, Noxiddar, you remember that time when, you needed to, clean out the stables with the pitchfork, and I did it for you? Well, now I'm cashing in that favor, so I need you to surrender you and your army. No way, man. You don't know what he's gonna ask for. He could ask for worse. He could make you do his chores twice. No, this is why I never, I try not to be in debt with anybody. I can't stand gifts. Like, don't give me a gift because then I feel obligated to return it. No. So let's see if there's something that kind of matches this. Alright, decline his offer knowing that your father expects you to do the work and it is better not to be in debt. Well, okay, right there. First off, it sounds pretty close to what I think. Let's see what the other one is. Ask him to help you, knowing that two people can do the job faster than one, and agree to help him with one task of his choosing in the future. No. Don't sign your life away. They had me in the first half. Accept his offer, reasoning that as long as the stables are cleaned, it matters not who does the cleaning. Yeah, definitely the first one. Yeah, you never know what you're signing up for. Anybody that wants to call in a favor that offhand can't present it to you up front is someone who is definitely motivated to take advantage of you and take advantage of the current situation. No.
Your mother asks you to help fix the stove. While you're working, a very hot pipe slips its moorings and falls towards her. What do you do?
First off, why are there hot pipes in my medieval hut that's probably just made out of slathered mud? Okay. Let's see. What do we do? Do we push our mother out of the way? Maybe? Grab the hot pipe and try to push it away? Like, how big of a pipe are we talking? Position yourself between the pipe and your mother. We're gonna push our mother because broken bones heal back stronger. But burns always suck.
While in town, the baker gives you a sweet roll.
Ooh.
Delighted, you take it into an alley to enjoy, only to be intercepted by a gang of 3 other kids your age. The leader demands the sweet roll, or else he and his friends will beat you and take it. What do you do?
He chuckled. What do you do? Let me guess. Someone stole your sweet roll. Is this where the line comes from? Is this like an ongoing joke? Oh my gosh, I love it. Drop the sweet roll and step on it, and then get ready for the fight. That's whoa. Whoa, that escalated quickly. Give him the sweet roll now without argument, knowing that later this afternoon you will have all of your friends with you and can come and take whatever he owes you. Act like you're going to give him the sweet roll, but at the last minute throw it in the air, hoping that they'll pay attention to it long enough for you to get a shot in on the leader. Now that is like the Indiana Jones response right there. I kind of like that.
Entering town, you find that you are witness to a very well-dressed man running from a crowd. He screams to you for help. The crowd behind him seems very angry. What do you do?
Okay, so he's well-dressed, and he's running from a crowd. Probably he screwed them over somehow, just initial guess. He screams to you for help. Right, so he wants somebody else to cover for his mistakes. I get the sense of that. The crowd behind him seems very angry. Then again, what if the crowd are police officers, and this is a guy who, like, you know, robbed a place that's gonna turn around and kill your Uncle Ben? I mean, I gotta think about that. This could be a Spider-Man situation. Oh, let's see what it says. Rush to the town's aid immediately, despite your lack of knowledge of the circumstances. It's a bit brash. Rush to the man's aid immediately, despite your lack of knowledge of this. So, I get that you're really trying to emphasize I have a lack of knowledge of the circumstances. Stand aside and allow the man and mob to pass, realizing that it is probably best not to get involved. Oh my gosh, there it is. It's the Uncle Ben. Oh no. Peter, what are you doing? I'm like getting some PTSD right here. But I don't know if I would act without. So like what could you do, Peter? What could you do? Yeah, I guess we take the Peter Parker approach. At the very least, we get web slinging. Your personality and past reflect a knight. Oh, yes. Okay.
Very good. The letter that preceded, you mentioned you were born under a certain sign. And what would that be?
Interesting. Okay, so I always did the tower because I didn't want to do lockpicking at all. But I wonder, we should probably go for this, maybe? To fortify attack on 10 points. I like that. The wayward. That's cool. Alright, let's do that. Let's do that.
Interesting. Now, before I stamp these
He doesn't
papers,
mean it.
make sure this information is correct.
Alright, so we are Nox, a Nord knight, born under the sign of the warrior. Okay, so what's our major skills? Long blade, axe, speechcraft, heavy armor, and block. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. I couldn't ask for anything better. Let's go. You now have a stats menu where you can always view your information. Press B to use your menus. When you are done with them, press B again to close
Show
them.
your papers to the captain when you exit to get your release fee.
Oh my goodness. So, I don't think I've ever done a Let's Play like this before. Typically, I like there to be some like story thing or something to end our episode. But I think this episode is legitimately just getting a sense of who our character is. So I actually think the act of character creation will be our first episode. That's the kind of game that we're playing, but I thought we had some really interesting discussion along the way. I hope you enjoyed this as well. In episode, maybe we'll call this episode 0. This is like this is the pilot episode. You know, this is like where we gotta decide where things go. We'll call the next one episode 1 proper for sure, but at least now we know who our character is going out into the world. I hope you all enjoyed this. I will catch you next time. Let's live for the adventure, shall we? This is Noxiddar, out.